Hello, myself Sunil R Nair. Basically, we are discussing another topic that is city creation. City creation, basically, the topic is India account. So, one person told that what is actually India account? In Hindi, basically, it is called as India account. क्या है? क्या है India? That was in Hindi, basically. So, we will see few languages also. Just a minute. That means what is India account? This is in English, basically.
That's India.
So, this is the topic actually ongoing. What is India account? So, that actually topic we are discussing actually. So in this basically we are going to discuss now few more things basically. What is that few more things? Here basically we are discussing last video basically we discussed that basically 2 days after earthquake is going to happen. Here basically I just taken as a 2 days only basically. But the process basically one person told that the world basically do you know basically how the world has created? When this many for example one person told that 55 city created. So they know that when the data of 55 cities getting processed and going to process, that time this is the magnitude of earthquake which is going to come 100%. Here I am taking 100%. But we can't take 100% because satellite groups are there. So that's why basically I am taking 98%. So one person told that. So it's not basically that you are telling that basically after 2 days the earthquake is going to come. When city was created, that is here basically I have taken 55 cities was basically take 55 countries because cities creation basically will not convert to big earthquake. Countries creation that is a 55 country created that converted into big earthquakes. So when 55 city country basically got created, they told that this country is going to produce the oil from country energy. And what is country energy? That basically I have already said. From this country, basically the fruits is going to generate. From this country, that is going to generate. From this country, vegetable is going to generate. From this country, power supply is going to generate. From this country, nuclear power supply is going to generate. From this country, energy power supply is going to generate. From this country, eye energy is going to generate. From this country, heart energy is going to generate. From this country, head energy is going to generate. From this country, leg energy is going to generate. From this country, stomach energy is going to generate. from this country air energy is going to generate. So they know that this or that means 1% of that earthquake is also comes into the plan basically. That basically the MBA groups knows that. One of the person told that MBA groups know up to what level basically. When the data basically to the MBA group are passed according to the energy basically which is near around the body parts. According to that basically the percentage of the data is passed to the MBA department that they say that basically do the business of these body parts. So they do the business. I mean, they do the business 100% basically. They do the business. They do the business of the body parts 100%. So one person told that this is the data basically which has passed to MBA group. So according to that basically they do the business. So here basically that we have already discussed. So here basically what we are discussing. Here we are discussing the earthquake which is going to come basically. According to the 55 country going to process will be processing and getting processed and currently getting processed. According to that the data which is going to generate that is going to generate earthquake, and this will be the magnitude also up to that level. The experts basically will say that basically you will not believe it basically. One of the person told that Sunil basically you just told 2 days basically the people who creates a 55 country na basically they say that basically this is the magnitude of earthquake basically. So you are basically nothing basically you have told basically, yeah, Sunil. One of the satellite person told this. You have told nothing basically, yeah. So I told that yes, yeah, basically I told nothing. So satellite group told that basically that this is the magnitude on the base of 55 city creation which has happened. Just taking example, basically. But in real, basically, the number might be totally different, basically. But the calculation will be same, basically. The concept of earthquake will be same. So one person told that, yeah, earthquake basically is going to come. Basically, the government knows here. Basically, after 2 days, basically, the earthquake is going to come. But the people who are, I told basically one example, 35 people basically, they are basically at the international level. They basically are hindering the India country. They created the India country basically. You will not believe it basically. They created the India country. You will not believe it. So one person told that, Sunil, you basically told nothing here basically. This earthquake basically was decided when the country was planned. So when creation was planned basically, and India got money from certain countries. India invested just now basically, yeah, India invested to Bhutan, India invested to Nepal. So these all are basically calculated basically. So one of the person told that how this matrix gets generated. Yeah, basically. Earthquake matrix basically how it gets generated. Because you told that basically one of the satellite person told that when countries are getting created basically that time only the earthquake magnitude basically gets generates. Earthquake magnitudes are getting generated. You will not believe it basically. So one of the person told that this is the biggest project of the IT industry basically. I will tell basically. So the 2 days basically which I have told basically that is the one of the data science company project basically, that is the software company project. They say that basically after 2 days the big earthquake in India basically is going to come. But they are telling how basically. They are telling, but this software basically which I am telling basically that does not exist in market basically. Which will say that basically 50 country creation ongoing created process started magnitude, this magnitude generated, this magnitude generated, this many magnitude generated, this many magnitude generated, that many magnitude generated on the base of the 55. So one of the person told her, who decides this 55 and on the base of which formula the 55 are decided. And on the basis of what formula basically the magnitude calculation basically happens, that this is the magnitude calculation of earthquake which is going to come after 2 days in India. So I have just taken as an example India basically, because I am currently in India, so I will take example of India. If I would be in Singapore, then I would be taking the example of Singapore. So you will not believe it basically. So one of the person told that Sunil basically तू तो भाई कुछ नहीं है. One of the satellite person told that basically you are nothing basically. You are told 2 days basically. The software company you basically told that this your Earth Planet software company told that basically "Hey, after 2 days the earthquake is going to come." You are basically nothing here basically. One of the satellite person told this. You are basically nothing. So one of the person basically told that uh, this is the magnitude, this is the magnitude. So one person actually told one person told actually that this magnitude is going to come, that magnitude is going to come, this magnitude is going to come, that magnitude is going to come. It actually comes or basically doesn't comes. That is also basically one of the question basically. That is also one of the very dangerous question basically. The magnitude comes when the process happens of the 55 countries, and some energy basically stops that magnitude. Magnitude comes, stopping magnitude. Magnitude of earthquake coming, stopping that magnitude. Earthquake of magnitude is coming, stopping that earthquake of magnitude. So this is like this basically happening. One of the satellite person told that also. So we will not believe is basically the earthquake is very dangerous. It's a very dangerous. That's why basically France group basically are the top 10 richest group basically in the world, because they know everything basically. Why? This many assume that basically 55 country created. Process is happening. So magnitude of earthquake basically started calculating. So it's a 55 country circle basically. So assume that basically one country got some magnitude, because according to the calculation that country was selected by the set of groups basically. That basically how that is calculated. That also basically we are going to discuss. This is very dangerous topic basically. So one of the person told that this is the earthquake going to come. This is the magnitude, and this magnitude basically has shifted to that country. So that country basically is going to get this many magnitude, but it will be 0 point something basically. So another person told that the currently basically which the magnitude is ongoing in the across the world, and basically that is the process of countries creation. So here basically I had taken the example of 55 country creation. Just taking as an example basically, but the groups are decided by whom basically, that also we are going to see after sort of videos, which currently I'm basically recording online. You will not believe it basically. मैं तो I am nothing basically. I have I means basically one of the software company told. Here basically I'm just taking as an example basically. Real basically there is no software company, but really basically it works like this only basically. One of the software company told that, and I basically displayed here basically, and one of the satellite group basically told that भाई तुम लोग तो कुछ नहीं हो भाई, we are you are basically nothing. When the city is getting created, sorry, the country basically, the magnitude gets automatically generated and it shifts to certain level of countries. How they shifts, that basically is the calculation basically. One of the person told that how the country basically, for example the 50 creation basically country happened. 50 country basically started creating the country. Assume that basically they created the country. They started doing the process. Process started. After a certain time basically this many magnitude generated. That magnitude shifted to that country. This many magnitude generated on the basis of certain level of process. That shifted to that many that country. This many magnitude, this many process happened after in certain in 50 basically the combination will be like this: 15 country, 16 country, 17 country, 2 country, 3 country, 5 country, 7 country, 8 country, 10 country process basically. So they shift to that country. So that earthquake magnitude shifted to that country, that country, that country. Like this basically the countries are shifted and the magnitudes are calculated like this. So one of the person told that, yeah, we thought that basically the France group basically know this everything basically, because they are calculating the each and every, they basically know the which country combination, and they basically might be knowing that basically have which country basically is going to get the magnitude of earthquake, because the process basically which has happened, of that process basically certain level of magnitude earthquake has generated, and it has to shift to that country, it has shift to that country, it has shift to that country, it has shift to this country, it has shift to those countries, it has shift to these countries. It can be country also, and it can be countries also. So one of the person told that, yeah, we actually never thought this, huh, basically. We actually never thought this. So one of the person told that country creation happens, process is happening basically. Country creation happens, process is happening. Country creation happens, process is happening. Country creation happens, process is happening. Country creation happens, process happens. According to the process, list of process. So this basically converts into one software project. Countries list, process happened. According to the process, certain level of data generated, that data basically converted into certain level of magnitude of earthquake, that magnitude of earthquake are set to certain countries basically according to certain formulas basically, and then the earthquake basically happens. That earthquake basically are controlled, or basically you can say stopped basically from set of countries, and this can be this 50 countries, or this can be other than 50 countries. So like this basically the one of the project basically got generated, but this project basically IT industry basically don't have. But without project basically how the things is ongoing basically, that is also a question basically, because earthquake magnitude is coming, it is getting pressure, it is getting stopped basically. Magnitude is coming, it is stopped. Magnitude is coming, it is getting stopped. Magnitude earthquake is coming, it is getting stopped. Magnitude of earthquake is coming, it is getting stopped. Magnitude of earthquake is coming, it is getting stopped. But sometimes basically the stop doesn't work. That time basically the big earthquake basically happens. So one of the person told that you told her basically 2 days after earthquake is will come basically. That is basically nothing here basically. One of the satellite person told that basically. When the 50 country bus was created basically, from that time basically the process has started, magnitude generated, magnitude is earthquake is getting stopped. Magnitude of earthquake generated, magnitude of earthquake basically is getting stopped by set of formulas. That is basically the France group basically knows this basically, because they are handling the, they have basically, they are not handling basically, they have one of the magnitude of earthquake giving websites. If they know that this basically magnitude, because if any person basically can calculate the magnitude basically, that means he can calculate this also basically. These magnitudes are basically calculated basically, it's not like that basically, it's randomly basically they are giving the number basically. If they can calculate this magnitude basically which is coming, that means they are calculating this also, which is going to stop the, which is stopping the earthquake basically. So one of the person told the, yes, yeah, we never thought this basically. Actually we never thought this basically. So you can't believe this basically. One of the person told that you will can't believe this basically. So one of the software company told that basically, yeah, basically we generated just now basically, one of the business development officer basically of the software industry, he told that basically just now basically we created one big level of project basically, yeah, basically. One of the France group, huh, basically, but uh, because France group only can calculate this magnitude of earthquake. So one of the person told that it's very dangerous basically to create city also, because one here basically it's a 55 countries, and India is one country. In India basically there are more than 1 lakh cities. So to create one cities basically, see the impact basically which is going to happen basically. That is magnitude of earthquake. So another person told that it's not so easy to create the city also. You will say that basically create 100 buildings here, create 100 buildings here. That will not work basically. Because it's connecting to up to level. See basically up to what level the things are connecting. That is 55 cities getting created. From 55 cities, the magnitude is getting generated, shifted to that country, and that is getting stopped also. Sometimes basically they don't stop also because reason they want to know that basically whether the process is going fine or not basically. So this is one process basically. You will not believe it basically. You will not believe it. This is one process. So one of the person told that yeah basically we actually never thought this basically that Sunil basically some lots of people says that basically भाई सुनील को देखो क्या क्या बोल रहा है. He's telling what are the things basically after 2 days the earthquake is going to come. But see the bigger level also. When the country was getting that's why basically the people are who are creating the cities now basically. That's why basically they are moving the red batti car basically. Why they are basically moving in that car basically? Why they are moving in the jeep basically? That also red batti wala jeep because they are doing up to very dangerous level tasks basically. They are doing very dangerous tasks basically. You will not believe it basically. One of the person told that also. So really basically nobody can believe this basically that this is actually very dangerous task to create cities. So one of the person told that it's not so easy to create the city also. So one of the satellite person told that भाई तू तो कुछ भी नहीं है भाई. You had told the 2 days basically. Here basically see basically 50 country created. Process is happening. Earthquake magnitude is generating, shifting to that country, and immediately stop magnitude also basically comes. Immediately the stop magnitude is coming basically. You will not believe this basically that very dangerous thing basically. So one of the person told that the India country must know basically that how many country basically they have invested basically the money and how many people basically are investing the money to India basically. They must know this basically because this is connecting to the biggest earthquake. Here basically I take an example of 2 days basically. Here basically I have taken the example of 2 days. So you will not believe it. One of the person told that you will not believe it basically. Sunil. See the process basically 50 country process happening, magnitude generating, shifting to another country, another stop magnitude of earthquake is coming. That is stopping the earthquake basically. Again basically the process happening, process happening, process happening, process happening. So one of the person told that what is this actually? ये मतलब क्या है? One of the person told that basically in Hindi basically. In English that is what is this everything basically? So one of the satellite person told that basically you basically people basically are doing nothing task basically. You are basically getting the information that after 2 days the earthquake is going to come. But here see basically when the countries are basically getting created, that time process is happening, magnitude is generating, magnitude of earthquake basically shifting to other country, then basically the stop earthquake basically magnitude is coming. So one of the person told that yeah basically the city actually creator and the country creator basically started thinking this basically. Yeah, basically what we have created here basically. That we need to check again basically what actually we have created. Actually we have created what and that basically we need to check now. But that basically the nuclear power company and power company and energy companies are doing basically. Why basically you have to worry? So that is also question basically. But you should know basically what you have created. For example, one person told that e-clerics company basically owner told that, but see, bhai, we have created around 2 lakh projects basically. Then basically the share bazaar, one of the friend of e-clerics basically told that basically e-clerics basically you know that basically the calculation of the share bazaar basically whenever the down or fall of your software company basically is share basically is getting down. How basically that is on the base of which parameter that is getting down basically. So he told that basically that depends upon the market basically. But he told that your softwares are basically getting used in the human need creation, and that human needs are getting used by set of level of people basically. And according to that, basically few people basically are very powerful people. They basically gets ill. Suddenly, basically your software gets share market basically gets down. Then the clerics told that basically that I don't know basically are basically because we basically are not aware about that basically. Achha, you told that basically that was good basically. So now basically we will calculate basically where our software is getting used in which human needs basically. For example, one of the group basically used our eClearX software in potato creation. Then basically we will track that basically from which all human needs people basically are using the potato. This earthquake connects up to this level basically. You will not believe it basically. The magnitude basically which is coming basically which is connecting that is connecting up to this level. That magnitude is connecting up to this level basically. The magnitude is connecting up to this level. So the topic is what? After 2 days the earthquake is going to come. Sunil Nair basically told this, and some satellite groups told that basically and tell them he told like this bhai kya hai. Basically see here basically 50 cities 50 country got created. Process of magnitude basically is happening. Magnitude is getting shift to another country. The stop magnitude is coming basically. Sometimes basically they don't stop because they have to check basically whether it is working or not. Basically. So you will not, you can't say that. So some satellite person told that basically, "Arey bhai, you have told 2 days now basically that is nothing. Basically. So see the magnitude. So one of the person told that, यार ये क्या है मतलब what is actually this everything basically. Magnitude is getting calculated on the base of 50 creation. Here basically I had taken the example of 55. 55 country basically has created the process is happening. The process is connecting to certain level of energies. That energy can be potato, tomato and anything basically. And then basically it has few magnitude of earthquake basically is coming. That is shifting to another country. And stop magnitude basically immediately comes basically. So another person told like what is actually this here basically? We are not getting it actually. What is this actually? Even basically we have created the country basically. Then also we don't we have never tracked this basically that our country is basically getting earthquake magnitude, but immediately it is getting stopped by the another set of groups. So what is that process here? Basically, we basically not able to understand Sunil basically. So can you please explain this? So in next video basically we are going to explain that the most dangerous topic, earthquake is coming on the base of this 55 city creation process. But stop magnitude also coming basically. That basically is the next topic. So one of the satellite person told that basically you have told 2 days now basically. That is nothing. So in next video basically we are going to discuss that most dangerous parameters that earthquake is coming, but top magnitude is also coming. And earthquake is coming on the base of 55 country creation happened and the process is happening.